Difference between a Christian guy and a man of God. A Christian guy might say that he loves you, but a man of God will love God more than you. A Christian guy might text you Bible verses or have a tattoo of them, but a man of God will live out those verses and have them written on his heart. A Christian guy might go to church or wear a cross around his neck, but a man of God will see that the highest calling is to give Christ glory. A Christian guy might accidentally compromise your purity, but a man of God will protect it above all else. A Christian guy might seem super attractive, fun, or handsome, but a man of God will have a beautiful heart regardless of his looks. A Christian guy might be content to just take you out, but a man of God will go beyond the superficial and hold you up before God in his prayers all the time. And to be honest, that's something that I'm still working on to this day.
Mm. Uh, greetings, family. Okay, kindly share this video for us. Invite people, tag people, and let us learn together, educate ourselves together. Okay, and share knowledge together. There is nothing wrong with it. Okay, if you know better, you can teach. As I always say, or as I have already said it before, I am a researcher. Okay, I am researching things for myself. And so many people, okay, they bring emotional feelings. You see, I myself, I say I am a common sense family, common sense member. We accept the truth wherever it comes from. That is one of our motto. That is one of our saying. We accept the truth wherever it comes from. Me reading the Bible, concluding that Jesus is God according to the Bible, doesn't mean I believe in the Bible that is from God. I didn't say that. You see, so many people, they have so much like animosity, hatred in them towards the Bible. So they don't want to hear anything from the Bible, even if it is good, even though they claim or he claims that he accepts the truth wherever it comes from. You just mention something from the Bible and then he's already angry. I don't know why. You never said everybody should go worship the Bible or go follow the Bible. It is what you have found. Me as a researcher, I said I'm looking for the truth. And I have seen something in the Bible which make me believe that the Bible is saying Jesus is God. I am not saying Jesus is God and I worship Jesus, or I didn't say that. I am just going according to what the Bible is saying. Just as when I come to the Quran, I go according to what the Quran is saying. Okay? So if I found a verse in the Bible which indicates, according to the Bible, if Jesus really existed in reality, I don't know. I can't confirm. That is not my case here. I am just going according to what is in the Bible and what the verses are saying. And then when I read it, this is my conclusion. This is how I see it. So if you have a different explanation, that is the beauty of the thing. We can come together and you educate me, you explain it to me so that I will understand it as you do. But as soon as you project, you bring something from the Bible, and then some people will tag you as Christian. You see the logic? So this is what they are using, this tactic to push some people away, to not to seek for the truth. Some people think they are too big to read the Bible. They are too smart to read the Bible. Me, I don't limit myself like that. No, I will read the Bible. I will read the Quran. I will read the newspaper. I will read whatever. And then if I found something good in it that can help me, I will use it. But if I found something in it that needs the attention of people, I can show it too. To look at what the verse is saying here. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, there is nothing wrong of seeking knowledge from some places you don't usually go. There is nothing wrong with it. And then one thing is, if Jesus is God according to the Bible, that is not going to solve our problems in Ghana. Jesus being God according to the Bible is not going to solve our problems in Ghana. In the actual sense, okay, I don't know how to say these things, okay. Jesus is God. It won't solve any problem for us in Ghana. Jesus is not God. It will also not solve anything. So even if you are happy that Jesus is God, the situation that we have in Ghana, we have to do it, the human beings. We need people with logical, critical thinking. They can help us build Ghana. People with vision, They can help us build Ghana. That is why I consider myself as common sense family. Because Jesus being God is not the solution for Ghana's problem. And Jesus not being a God, if Jesus is not God, that is also not the solution. The solution, we need people with vision, people who knows what they are doing, who are not selfish, who are not egoistic. That is what they say it in German, I think. Selfish people, they are not selfish. They can bring us forward. Okay, so me saying Jesus is God doesn't make me a Christian, or I am not saying my network is messing up. I hope it will stay strong. Okay, so kindly share this video for us. Okay, and let's learn together. If I say something is according to the Bible, I didn't write the Bible. I'll open the phone lines for people to call. Okay, and sometimes people are only they will only watch one view. They think the way they are, you should be just like them. No. I won't be just like you. I will look for the truth, because if there is a salvation that is my own. You see, I kept on saying this statement for a long time ago. Your salvation is in your hands, not in the hands of your pastor. Listen carefully. Your salvation, it is in your own hands, not in the hands of your pastor, not in the hands of your imam, not in the hands of your friend. It is in your own hands. You have to do your own research. People can bring some things for you. People can bring some research out for you. But at the end of the day, you have to verify it and check it, what he's saying, okay? Verify it, check it. Look at this verse in the Bible, okay? It is not my verse. Listen carefully. I didn't print this verse. I posted this verse on Facebook. Go and see. Go and see how the Muslims are behaving. What the Muslims hate most is saying Jesus is God. I don't know why it bothers them so much if Jesus was God. But if you look at their Quran, if you look at the Quran itself, okay, you see there are some things which makes God unique. For example, being able to create, the creator, that is God. That is the uniqueness of God. So if God gives his ability of creating to somebody else, then we have two creators. You see, God gives us, I don't know, there is something which will make God unique. And when you come to the Quran, it wasn't only Allah who created, Jesus also created. And they will say it is Allah who gave him that ability to create. So Allah, who is not comparable to nobody, according to the Quran, is giving his ability to create to a human being, to only one person. How is this possible? He didn't give it to Muhammad. Allah never gave this ability to create to Muhammad. He never gave it to Abraham, to Joseph, to Elisha, to whoever, nobody. He only gave it to Jesus. And why is that? Why? Why is Jesus the only person having the ability to create exactly like how Allah did? You see, Allah formed a clay with his hands, according to the Quran, with his hand, and then breathed into Adam. Exactly the same way Jesus created a bird, according to the Quran. So Allah is sharing his ability of creation. That is why Allah said in the Quran, he is the best of creators. Probably, okay? Jesus, who is according to the Muslim, nobody. Look at this verse, John chapter 14, verse number 23. Okay, if you are sincere to yourself and you can explain this verse for me to understand that this has nothing to do with Jesus being God. Simple. We are learning. I don't know, but this is my opinion. If I read this verse, it tells me clearly Jesus is standing in the same position with God, okay, with the Father, because the Muslims accept that the Father is God. So maybe you can read it better and you can understand it differently. Let me know, okay? Let me know. Let's read this verse and see. Jesus replied. So Jesus was replying to some people. Anyone who loves me, listen carefully. Anyone who loves me and obey my teaching. You see, he's saying obey my teaching. Okay? My Father, that is a separate person. So Jesus is different from the Father. You see why they have this Trinity doctrine? You see, Jesus is separate. The Father is separate, two persons. So if you love me and obey my teachings, and these teachings that Jesus is saying, my teachings, it is also the teachings from Father. Because Jesus said, everything he sees what the Father does, and he does it too. He was sent by the Father. You see, he was sent by the Father. And then he is also saying the teaching is his teaching. Think about it, okay? Maybe somebody can call here and give us an explanation. As I am saying, if Jesus is God, it's not going to solve the war between Ukraine and Russia. It's not going to solve it. If Jesus is God, it is not going to solve the problem we have in Ghana today. People, but we cannot lie. I cannot read it and pretend it is not saying what he's saying. That is my point, okay? I am just trying to let people know this is what he's saying. At the end of the day, we have to build our country, okay? And that is the fact. We cannot ignore the fact. If it is a fact, it is a fact. It is not me defending Christianity or anything like this, okay? But it is what through my research, this is what it's saying. So let's go back and read it again, okay? Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching. My Father will love them, okay? And we, you see, I've circled it. And we. So who is this we? You see, the Bible doesn't use we anyhow, willy, or like that. No, the Bible doesn't use we. Like the Quran is using we with no understanding. They say majestic we. The Bible doesn't use we. If the Bible uses we, that means it is the plural form. There is something behind it. So Jesus is saying, we will come to them. We will come to them and make our home with them. You see, when you go to the Old Testament, according to the Bible, when God was creating, he said, let us create man in our image. Listen carefully. In our image. And this verse here is also saying, so that we will come to them and make our. Do you understand? Do you get the point? If you don't get it, forget it. When the Bible in the Old Testament said, let us make man in our image, the our, it wasn't standing for one person. That is the proof, or that is the conclusion. That is my idea. That hour in the Old Testament, it wasn't God speaking with the angels. Because if God is creating, according to the Bible, it will not consult angels. So that hour there, we find the same hour here. And who is this hour? We find two people in this hour. Because Jesus said, if you obey my teachings, my Father, and we will come. We, that means he and the Father. Okay, according to this statement, we have two persons. They are not the same person. But there is only one God. I forgot to upload one video on the screen today. I'll upload it maybe tomorrow because I haven't finished editing it. It is from a Muslim brother, a sheikh in Ghana called Sheikh Hafiz Buhari. If you are a follower of this platform, you probably have heard this sheikh before. When it comes to Allah, how Allah is, the attribute of Allah, he says, yes, Allah has a hand. Allah has a hand. But you cannot imagine what kind of hand Allah has. You see, because you don't know Allah. So if Allah has a hand and you have a hand, it doesn't mean you have the same hands. And then he also says, like for example, he has a mouth, but they say the mouth of a water, but they are not the same mouth. So if Allah has a hands, you cannot know the hands of Allah. Allah has a throne, he says, according to him, okay? According to the Quran, Allah has a throne. Because Allah created everything and then he rose to the throne. Istawa. He rose to the throne. Okay. Quran chapter 2, verse number 29 going, I think. If Allah has a throne, because we know that we sit on throne with our ass, it doesn't mean Allah does the same because you don't know Allah. So even if Allah has a throne, you don't know how he sits on his throne. You don't know. So you cannot imagine that. You see the logic here? When it comes to Allah, having a hand, you cannot imagine it. You don't know how it is. When it comes to Allah, having a throne, you cannot imagine how it is. You don't know. But when it comes to Allah being one, now they can imagine it. All of a sudden, it doesn't make sense that if God, because the Bible says God is one, And if God being one, now they can imagine how one is supposed to be when it comes to God. Please, now I will put the telephone number here, okay? I know, call me and let's learn together. How come they can, if God has hands, the Quran said it. When Iblis, Satan, refused to prostrate to Adam, according to the Quran, even though the Quran said all the angels should prostrate, and Iblis is not an angel, okay? Iblis is not an angel, but Iblis did not prostrate, and Allah was questioning him. Why didn't you prostrate? I ordered all the angels to prostrate. Why didn't you prostrate? Instead of Iblis to say, I am not an angel, he said, why should I prostrate to somebody you made with the clay or something like this? I am better than him. You created me from fire, and him you created from clay. Instead of him to say, I'm not an angel, why should I prostrate? But you see, the story is funny anyway. And Allah said, I created him with my hands, and I said prostrate, you didn't prostrate. Someone I created with my own hands. So Allah has a hands. You see, I am doing this because this is what I know as hands, okay? And the sheikh is saying, we know this is hands. Yeah, but we say the door. Maybe you can say also the door has hands too, okay? The hands of the door, but it's a different hand. Okay, the hand of the clock or something like this, the clock is different. So if Allah has hands, you cannot imagine that hands. You don't know. If Allah has a throne, a chair, let's say a chair, and because we sit on our chairs with our ass, you cannot also imagine that Allah also sits on his throne with his ass. You cannot imagine that. And if Allah is one, how do you know the kind of oneness of Allah is? How do you know that? The same logic, if you ask them this question, they don't know. Now, you see, when it comes to the Bible, many places Jesus said it's only one God. There is only one God. Okay, that's what the Bible is saying. Many places. Let me try and find you some of them. Some of the verses the Bible is saying there is only one God. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse number 4. It says there is only one God. Okay. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse number 5. It says there is only one God. Maybe I should put some on the screen for people to see. Let me try and put some on the screen, okay? So when the Bible said there is only one God, and it is also presenting to you how Jesus is God, how the Father is God, and the Holy Spirit is God, you say that is important. That is three God. But it said only one God. You see the logic here? I don't get some of the Muslims or some people. I don't get it. Because they know one to be one, like a single thing, they also take it. Okay. So if Jesus says is one, then only the Father can be God. I'm trying to put one of the verses that says Jesus and there is only one God. Let me try and put it there. Okay. I want people to understand, because if you lie to some people, okay, let me put this one on the screen. In the New Testament too, it says we have many verses in the Old Testament that already teaches that there is only one God. We will come back to this verse. Okay, please share this video and invite people. We will come back to that verse. Let me show you this one first. Kindly share, because we want people to understand certain things that I don't do propaganda. Okay, I don't do propaganda. If it is like that, I will say it is like that. If it is not, if I don't know, I don't know. If I know, I will say it. Okay, let me open it small. I think maybe this is okay. Mark chapter 12. Mark chapter 12, verse number 29 and 30. Okay, Mark chapter 12, verse number 29 and 30. The most important one, answered Jesus. This is here, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You hear? He says, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. So Jesus is making them know that there is only one God. One. This is an example. There is only one God. But how do you know the oneness of this God? Since you don't know if Allah said he has a hand, you can't imagine what kind of hand it is. You can't imagine it. But Allah has a throne. But you can't imagine how Allah sits on the throne. You don't want to even imagine that. But if Allah said He is one, how do you know the one? How His one is? How do you know that? You see the logic here, and this is one example. So they know that the God is only one. There is only one God. But how the oneness of this God is, it's a different matter. And Jesus is making you know the problem of so many people. Okay, I hope people. Let me put the telephone number there. Because I was on Facebook right now. I posted that verse I showed on the screen before, and it is amazing. The comment exploded. People writing left and right. People are busy. Wow, somebody even accused, say I'm being stupid for defending Christianity. You see the logic here? I don't get it. Some people, okay, some people just don't. They don't want to learn for themselves. They just want to follow. They just want to be supporters. You see, some people just want to be supporters. They don't. They are not ready to learn for themselves or to understand certain things for themselves. And I understand why. You see, I lost hope for Ghana. Had it not been Ben Moshe, okay? You see the way Christianity and the religion in Ghana is. You will understand why some people hate Christianity so much. You will understand. If you look at the situation, the system built in Ghana upon religion, not only Christianity, but upon religion, how Islam, how you see the Muslims themselves, their only focus is to be majority. That's the only focus. Their only focus is to gain majority. So they don't care about economy. They don't care about the people. Their only focus is to gain majority. How everybody will convert to Islam. That's their only focus. And the Christians too, in Ghana too, their only focus is how to become rich. This pastor has so many branches, but no factory, no nothing for the community to benefit from. All they are creating is branches of churches. If you go on Google Map, okay, you put in church in Ghana, churches all over the places, all over. And that is frustrating because the youth there, they need jobs to do, and all what you can see is churches, one man church, and these churches, and they are scamming the old ladies and people who don't know. So of course now it is frustrating. You turn on your TV, you're trying to find something entertainment. Somebody is shouting, ayaba, on the whole time. It is frustrating. So you see now, and then you see some people even die. Some people die because of these pastors, because of these so-called prophets. So of course you have some kind of feelings for these people, and I understand, but that doesn't change the fact. You see, let me give you an example, okay? Let's take it for instance. There is a sickness, coronavirus, okay? And then they created a medicine for the treatment of coronavirus. The medicine was created by, let's say, white people. That for people to understand. The medicine was created by white people. The medicine is actually good for the treatment of coronavirus. And then they gave it to some people, the supervisors, our leaders, to distribute this medicine for the doctors so that they can treat the people, the sick ones. Okay? And then our leaders, okay, they found that this medicine, if they give this medicine, maybe you should take one shot a day. Let's say, I'm just making an example, okay? You should get one shot a day. But this doctor, he found out if he gives if he gives you 2 shots, okay, this will make you a little bit slow in thinking. It will make you slow in thinking, and then he will gain the power over you to rule you for a long time. You see? So the medicine, the white person that gave you the medicine didn't intend for the medicine to come and make you slow thinking. But he gave it to your leader, and your leader found out that when he give you these 2 shots, it will make you slow thinking. So the leader start giving people this medicine, okay, in a way that will make them affect them. So after you receive this medicine for so many years, you found out for people not reasoning well, it is because of the medicine. And then you see who made this medicine. Now you are looking at the white man. This is why you made the medicine. So you see, every time you see the white man, you want to go and blame the white man for making that medicine. But the medicine itself was good, but the way they taught you how to use it is bad. It is not the white man's fault. It is the leader fault, the one who gave it to you fault. Okay? Or if the so you can think about this. So every time you see the white man, if the white man then is bringing you something, and then you will think, no, he already brought us something before that affected us. And then you will start using that one as an example. But the truth is, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't the medicine fault. It was the one who gave it to you fault, because you didn't take it according to how you were supposed to. So now you see the white man as the enemy, but meanwhile, the enemy was the one with you, the one in front of you. And this is the same thing has happened, okay? Maybe the book, the way the pastors, they are using the book, it is not the fault of the book, it is the fault of the pastors. You see my point? The book itself is not telling the pastors to, it's not teaching the pastors to do that, but it is the pastors who are using it to do that. So it is, in a way, it's not the book's fault, it is the pastor's fault. But you blame the book, okay, because the book is there. So we are just trying to let people understand. We can't, I don't want to lie to nobody. If I find something, and if it is not true, if what I am saying is not true, it is easy for somebody to debunk me. That is simple, okay? It is easy for you to debunk Seto. Simple. So let me put the voice back on the screen. My number is there, okay? If you want to call, you can call, and then we can educate ourselves. This has nothing to do with you are a Christian, you are not a Christian, you are a fake, you don't know anything. But what is that? Call me and let's share knowledge together. Simple. Okay? So when you read this verse, okay, when you read this verse, Jesus replied, anyone who loves me will obey my teachings. My teachings. The teachings that Jesus is claiming that it's his teachings, the teachings is also from the Father. Do you understand? Because Jesus said, whatever the Father does, he does too. So even if it is his teaching, it is the Father's teaching too. Because they are one. I was about to say something before, okay, but I will just try it. Let's read this one more time. If you join the program, please share. And if it is not making sense, if you understand this verse differently, that is why it is open platform. You can teach me too. It is. I'm not saying what I am saying is correct, but this is what I see. And maybe you have a different understanding, because there are sometimes you can read something and then you read it and understand it differently than I will read it. I'm not saying go and be a Christian. I'm not saying go and be a Muslim. I'm not saying leave Islam or this like this. But since I said I am a researcher and I have found some things, I have to bring it out for people to see it too. Okay? My Father will love them. And we, you see the we, this we. So the Father and the Son, Jesus, they will come. They are together. So what the Father is going to do, Jesus is going to do the same thing. Is this something another prophet claimed for himself? Can Muhammad say this statement? He and Allah will do this for you. Okay, and make our home. What I was about to say before, let me say it before I forget again, because I forgot and then I've remembered it. Okay. When you read the Bible, according to the Bible, when you read John, okay, from John beginning, I don't know, I started reading John. And everything about John, everything that John says in the Bible, according to John, from chapter to chapter, everything, the indication is Jesus is God. From beginning, John 1, it begins Jesus is God. But some people don't understand, how can Jesus be God and then be crucified and then eat and then whipped and then slapped and then spat on and then do all these things? But have you forgotten that God is almighty? According to the books, you believe there is God, and you believe God is almighty. So if God wants to do something, can he do it or he cannot do it? But this is human mentality, okay? Human beings have a certain idea of somebody who has who people look up to. Let me give you an example here, okay? Let's say you are having a party. Whoever you are watching, you are having a party. A celebration, a wedding. It is your wedding, and you are you are somebody who has contact with, let's say, the king, the most powerful king in Ghana, and you can invite this king. You invited the king, and the king said, well, of course I will come. I know you now. You are my classmate. I used to go. You are my best friend. I will come to your wedding. And the king, and you said you will find a very special place for the king to sit because he is the most powerful king in Ghana. And the king said, no. I am not there. It is your day. It is your day. So I will come as a guest and sit in middle between those other guests. The king said he will not sit on any high chair. It is your day. You should be raised up. You should be above everybody because it is your day. It is your wedding day. I am coming as a guest and I will dress normal and come and sit between all your family and friends on the other side. Does that make this king a lesser king or still a higher king? Answer this question for yourself. The king, that who is a king, he is still a king. And then he decided not to sit on a higher table because he said, this is your day. He is coming to your wedding. And then he don't want to come and sit somewhere to raise himself up. He wants to sit where everybody is sitting in the guest list, just as a normal visitor. Does that make the king a lesser king, or he is still a higher king? Or is that king still not your king? Do you see him no longer as a king just because he didn't put on these things on? You see the logic is he's still a king. Even if he doesn't sit on this golden stool or something, he's still a king. Because after the wedding, he will go back and he will be on his throne. He will sit there and his servants will be around him. If the king decides not to use his power, it doesn't make him a lesser king. He's still a king. Okay? Another example. I want people to understand something clear. A God is almighty, then he can do anything. He can come as a poor man. Just because he is God doesn't mean he has to prove it and show it to him. People, I am God. Listen, okay? The most richest person on this earth. As I still will say so, the most richest person. Who is that? I don't know because it keep on switching this and that, okay? But let me take this Microsoft guy, okay? What is his name? I've forgotten already. Okay. Bill Gates. Yes, Bill Gates. Let me take Bill Gates as the richest person in this, as I say, on this planet. Bill Gates is the richest. This guy has so much money that even if he gives the whole planet, he can give. I'm just saying, it is my saying, okay? I don't know if it is true. They say Bill Gates is the richest person. I don't even think he is the richest person. I think he has dropped down. Somebody has overtaken him already. But I'm just using Bill Gates so that everybody will understand. So Bill Gates as the richest person who can afford anything that he wants on this planet if it's available. He is so rich that he can even give everybody on this planet maybe 10,000 Ghana cedi, 10,000 euros, and still have money available. And there is still going to be remainder of his money. So the guy is really rich. If this guy, the richest guy, decides to go to, let's say, Brazil, to the poorest neighborhood in Brazil, to a very far bush, go there and then live. He wants to live in this community where there is no running water, no electricity, nothing, no junk food, nothing. They live there. They are happy with what they have. They don't dress with no cars, nothing, no proper roads. If Bill Gates, the most richest person, decides to go and live there for 2 years and help this community, try to teach them and live like them, does that mean he is no more the richest person today? If he starts to go there today, and then now he's sleeping on the floor like they are also doing in this village. They are sleeping on the floor. They are drinking this water from the well. They have to walk. They have to carry the pot on their head. And Bill Gates moved there, and then he is doing exactly like they are doing. Does that mean he is no more the richest person? You see, he is still the richest person, even though he decided to live there. He can change everything at once for them. He has the money to do so, but he won't do it. He went there to help them so that they will build themselves up, maybe. Okay, so it doesn't mean if God or if Jesus came as a man, he cannot be God because he came as a man and then he's living as a man. And when you read the Bible, according to the Bible, okay, according to the Bible, The word was there. Let's go there. Okay, let me explain it to people. So if Jesus is God and if God is almighty, then God can become a man. That is simple. And Jesus took the nature of a man. He took the nature of a man. And then that means as soon as Jesus became a man, he has limited himself as a servant of God. So he came on this planet incarnated as a man. Listen carefully. So since he incarnated as a man, he will not be an atheist. I don't get these people. So he is coming to teach. He came as a prophet, as a teacher. Okay? Coming to teach you that there is God because he came from God. He knows there is God. And since he limited himself and took the servant, took an image of a servant, and he came, of course, he's going to worship God because what? He is not an atheist. He don't want you to be an atheist. That is the logic of the Bible. So when he came and took himself, he took the image of a man. Of course, he's going to pray because he wants you to pray to God. So he is praying to God so that you also pray to God. But he knows that this earth is not his land. He is not from here. He will go back. He said it in many places in the Bible already. I am not from here, I am from above. He said it many places. Maybe those who are Christians will know this verse. Jesus said, I am not from here, I am from above. If I tell you the worldly things and you don't believe, how much will you believe if I tell you the heavenly things? Do you see what Jesus was saying in the Bible? I don't know the verses, but I know it is in there. This is a statement Jesus made many times, okay? So Jesus said, if I tell you the worldly things, the things that is on this word, if I tell you and you don't believe it, how much more will you believe what I tell you what is in the heaven? That's what Jesus is saying. Okay, let me go back on the screen and put and let me show you the John. Let's educate ourselves. If I am wrong, you can educate me too. Okay, this is educational for educational purpose. Let's go back. Let's go, John. Okay, John chapter 1. Okay, verse number 1. The word became flesh. The word became flesh. So according to John, not according to me. Listen, I don't know if this is the true story. I don't know who wrote it. I'm not speaking about the theology of the Bible. I don't care. That's not what I'm saying. I am just reading what is what is there, what it states there. Okay, that's what I'm reading. Okay, I don't know the original text. I don't know. Sometimes it is necessary that you know what the original text means, but this one is easy. Let's go through and let's read it. In the beginning was God. Listen carefully. In the beginning was God. What does that mean? In the beginning was God. In the beginning was God. That means when you go to Genesis chapter 1, it says, in the beginning, God created. That means before the creation, before something began, before the beginning of creation, there was God. That means God was not created. You see the logic here? In the beginning was the word. Okay, in the beginning was the word. So the word was not created. In the beginning was God. That is Genesis chapter 1. That means God is not created. Genesis chapter 1. Let me see if it says like that, because I'm not sure. I'm trying to let people know. I want to go according to what it says, okay, not according to my mind, so people will understand. Let me open Genesis and see. Okay, this is what Genesis says. Okay. Genesis chapter 1, verse number 1. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So before everything began, God was already there. And God is the one who created what? The heavens and the earth. So God was not created. According to the Bible, you hear? God was not created. Before the creation began, he was there, and then he created the heaven and the earth. And then you go to John chapter 1, and then it's also saying, in the beginning was the word. So before the creation began, the word was there. This word, it was there. This is the identification. I don't know. The word was there before creation. And you see, God was there before creation too. And this word was there too. And I already gave you the verse from Mark, okay, Mark chapter 12, verse 28. There is only one God. You always have to keep it in mind. There is only one God. So we know that the word was there before creation, and God was there before creation, because beginning, he created everything. And listen carefully. And the word was with God. You see? So we know the word, this word was with God. The word was with God. And the word was God. There is a statement from the Bible. This thing keeps on coming up. I don't know why. Okay? The word was with God. Where am I? Okay. And the word was God. I don't know why this thing keeps on coming up. Okay. In the beginning was the word. That is separate. And we already know, before the beginning, the word was already there. It existed. I want people to understand how I understand it. I'm not saying I am correct. I understand it clearly. I don't know. I'm not saying that. But this is my logic here. Maybe some people have more knowledge. They have deep knowledge. And they can explain it to us, okay? In the beginning was the word. So the word was there. And the word was with God. It was with God before the beginning. Before the beginning, the word was with God. And the word itself was God too. Was God. But there is only one God. Keep in mind. So here we can see there is the word and there is God, but the word also is God. That is what the book is saying. That is not what I am saying. He was with God. So who was with God? He was with God in the beginning. Who? The word. You see, even though the word is God, the word was with God. It is making clear statement. This is not me saying anything. Somebody said Bill Gates used to be the richest. Let me read the comments more, okay? Let me read the comments more. Bill Gates used to be the richest person in the world, but now it is owner of Tesla, Elon Musk. Okay, that's what I said it before. I know that something is wrong. Sometimes they say this guy, sometimes they say that guy. But Elon Musk is the richest person according to DJ Gaza. Okay, thank you, brother. So let's continue. Okay, Jesus said, "If you have seen me, you have seen the Father." According to this brother too. Okay, Jesus is God. What kind of God is he? The New Testament, Jesus never claimed to be God. It is us Christians who have made Jesus a God. Okay, this is our affair with Kana mother. Okay, this brother is saying this. Okay, we can go through and then we will see where Jesus said. You see, this example, this brother statement is also a good question. But you see, for somebody to say I am God, it is not the reason why to believe that he is God. Do you understand that, brother? I've opened the phone lines. Okay, you can call in and also educate me. Because you see, every time I am in the Quran, and when you open the Bible, and then all of a sudden you are what? You are a Christian. But we have to educate ourselves. For somebody to say I am God doesn't prove he is God. That is not the criteria. For somebody to say I am God, worship me, then you say okay, he is God. Then because he said he is God, that is not logic. That is not criteria to be God and you should be worshipped. When you go in the Quran, okay, King Pharaoh, that Pharaoh, he also claimed to be God. Why are they not worshiping him? Yeah, he also said he was God. You see, so somebody claiming to be God is not the criteria to be God, but it is the deeds, the things that he does. He does only what God can do. That is the reason why they say he is God. Doing by their fruit you shall know them. That is what the Bible says. Jesus said it. By their fruit you shall know them. So according to their deeds, I'm from my understanding, it is very reasonable for Jesus even not to claim to say he is God. It is a lesson for you, because people will come and say he is their prophet and God sent them. But if you look at their deeds, the way their behavior was, it is a clear sign they are not prophets. But people are blind because they claim to be prophets. People follow them. That is why the Bible also says, Jesus said it somewhere, not everybody who say Father, Father will enter to the kingdom of heaven, but those who do the will of my Father. You hear? You have to do the will. Just because you claim that you are a prophet doesn't make you a prophet. Just because you say you are a pastor Doesn't make you a man of God. Some people have their own intentions, their own agenda. Okay, so Jesus don't have to say, I am God, worship me. He don't have to say it. But what he did, for example, it's what I showed you on the screen. He is saying he and the Father will come and build our home. They will build their home with you. I will give you another verse, okay, so that you will know how Jesus said he was God indirectly. Because if Jesus came as a man, as a servant, he took the image of a servant to come and serve the people. And then if he comes and he claims to be God on this planet, worship me, and then he knows he's not going to stay on this earth forever. Jesus said in the Bible, if you love me, you will let me go, or something like this. Let me look at this verse. Let me search for this verse too, okay? There are so many things to talk about, but I don't have, there are so many things to talk about, but I have little time to teach. This is what the Bible said to Jesus said it too, okay? He said something, if you love me, you will let me go to my father's house or something like this. I've forgotten the verse. I've forgotten the verse. Maybe next time, okay? But let's continue this one. We will go back to, we have so many things to let people know. And it's not me saying it, okay? That is exactly the same I do with the Quran. What the Quran is saying is what I am saying. I am saying, hey, this verse, according to the Quran, this is what the Quran is saying, and this is what their scholars are explaining the verse. You see? This is what the Quran is saying, and this is what their scholars is saying. And I'm doing exactly the same. This is what the Bible is saying. This is not me saying, this is what the Bible is saying. So let's read the Bible, okay? Let's read it one more time. In the beginning was the Word. So before the beginning, before creation, the Word existed. That means the Word was not created. This particular Word we are talking about is not created because it was there before the beginning, before creation. Okay? And the Word was with God. It was with God. God is not created too. And the Word was with God. The Word is separate from the God here. But he's also letting you know, and the Word was God. So this particular Word is God, according to the Bible, right from John. And then you will see somebody quote John chapter 5, Jesus is not God. Jesus is not, but the beginning of the Word, so this Word, what is it? It was God, according to the Bible. The Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him, all things were made. So through this Word, which was there before creation, through him, all things were made. Everything was made through the Word, which it is also God. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. So without the Word, nothing, according to the Bible, not according to me. It is not me defending the Bible. The Bible is speaking for itself. So it is letting you know how things began, okay? How it began. Without the Word, nothing was made. Through him, everything was made that is made. In him, in what? In the Word, in him was life. Listen, and in that life was the light of all mankind. In the Word was light of all mankind, according to this. Okay, the light shines in darkness. The light shines in darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. So the Jesus, according to this, now there is no Jesus. There's only the Word. Listen carefully. There is no Jesus here at the moment. It's only the Word, and the Word is the light. In him is life too. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." The way, the truth, and the life. Okay, and him is life. Was life. And that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness and the darkness has not overcome it. Okay, let's continue. There was a man sent from God who was John. So John the Baptist. Okay, John the Baptist is one of the disciples of Allah, one of the messengers of Allah. Messengers of Allah. So there was a man sent from God, whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light. What light? The Word. We just read it. People, stay focused, okay? He came to witness, to testify concerning that light, so that through him all might believe. So somebody came first to announce that there is a light coming. He himself was not the light. Listen, he came only as a witness to the light. So there is one verse in the Bible where Jesus said, my witness, if I witness for myself, my witness does not count. There is somebody who came to witness for me. And this is John. Jesus was talking about John, because John came first to witness for Jesus. You hear that there is somebody coming who is even greater than John. That's the Bible speaking. So Jesus already said his witness does not count, and somebody came to witness for him. Okay, he himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. Okay, the true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. Listen carefully. So John the Baptist came to be witness, to spread that there is somebody. He is the true light. He is coming into the world. He was in the world, okay, and though he was in the world, and though the world was made through him. Listen carefully. The word was made through him. When you go up small, okay, we go up small, you see at the beginning, he said everything was made through the word, and without him, nothing was made. You see, without him, nothing was made that has been made. So through the word, everything was made, according to the book. So listen carefully, okay? We are going slowly. I want to show you something here. Where were we? Where were we? Okay. He came to that which was his own. Listen, he came to that which was his own. It was his own. But his own did not receive him. Yet, to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave them the right. He gave the right to become children of God. Children born not of nature or natural descent, nor of human decision or husband will, but born of God. Listen carefully. Now, this is the point. Verse number 14. John chapter 1, verse number 14. The word became flesh. So now John has let us know who the word is. Crucial point, okay? John already made us know who is this word. He said the word became flesh. This thing is near fake. Okay. The word became flesh. The word. Who is this word? The word became flesh. The word became flesh. Who is this word became flesh? And what does it mean flesh? He incarnated. He took the human form. So the word became flesh. And before the word became flesh, it was there even before creation. That is verse number 1. This word. So when they say Jesus is God, it is not by claiming that you are God, because this word that became flesh was there with God before creation, and it was God. That is what I understand. You listen carefully. Verse number 40, that is what he's saying over there, okay? In the beginning was the word. Let me change this. Let me change this. I don't like why this thing is keep on coming up. Okay, let me change it. Let me find another Bible, because this one is just annoying, really annoying. It keeps on coming up. I don't even need it. I click on it and it comes up. What is wrong with you? Let me choose another Bible. John chapter. Okay, I have another Bible here. I hope this one will do better. Okay. I hope this one will do better. So in the beginning was the word. Okay. In the beginning was the word. So this word, when you reach number 14, chapter 14, okay, and it's saying the word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. So the word that was there in the beginning, it became flesh and dwelt up among us. So the word that was God, according to the beginning, listen carefully. So it was God. And if God is almighty, then God can do that. You understand what I'm saying? If God is supposed to be almighty, then it should be clear that he can do that. he can come as a man and dwell upon as a man. It don't have to be like with this mentality of human beings. I am God and I have to be the best among everybody. I am God, and then everybody I should be the king. I should have the best shoe. You see, I should have the best shoe. I should be this. No, it doesn't have to be that. If you own, you see that the example that I gave before. If you have a party, okay, you invite people, and you invite Elon Musk, like the richest man, okay. Bill Gates is no longer the richest. The brother said Elon Musk is the richest. Let's say you have a party and you invite Elon Musk, the richest man on this earth right now, and then you invite Chatawale, and then you invite who Stoneboy, you invite Seto, okay, and then you invite so many people, and then we all come because you are a cool guy, we like you. And then Elon Musk, the richest guy, came with an Uber. He came, he had a pair of jeans, on, a shirt like this. And then said, "Oh, I came with my Lamborghini. You see, I'm cruising with a watch cost 100,000. I came with my suit, expensive suit. In the room, I am the one who have dressed the most expensive guy in the room. Does that make me the most richest person on the earth? No. You see, so it doesn't mean anything just because that somebody is praising himself, has elevated himself to the highest position, doesn't mean he has the highest position or he even deserves this higher position. And just because somebody brought himself to the level of a servant doesn't mean he is not there in a higher position. I hope it makes sense. So let's continue the verse, okay? So this verse is clearly telling you the word, which is God, okay? The word is God, according to the Bible, not me. It dwell among people. Verse number 14. So Jesus, who is God, the word, okay, listen. So the word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father. You see, so we know that this word, it came from the Father, and then at the beginning it was God and the Word. So the Father is God and the Word is also God. Now they identified the Word. The Word became the Son of God. You see now, right from the beginning, so you know that at the beginning was this Word, and the Word was with God. That was two different persons. And also now we have the Son and the Father. That is also two different persons. But there is only one God. So it all gets together, okay? Whatever Jesus did, it identifies or it shows, indicates that he is God. You understand? I hope so. Let me give you another example. I'm still waiting. Maybe somebody will call, but till now nobody have called. Okay? And then I'm not going to stay for too long. I'm not going to stay for too long. Some people called me way before, but I think there was a different topic. We check another verse from the Bible, okay? I don't know how to do this. Duplicate. We check another verse from the Bible again. John chapter 17, okay? John chapter 17. Listen carefully. This was when Jesus was about to die. So the one brother wrote, Jesus is not God or something like this. One brother wrote it in the comments. There, this is it. This the brother was asking, okay, our affairs. Listen carefully. Jesus took the nature of a man and came as a servant to prove to you there is truly God. You see, even in Christianity, I already said this before. Christianity is the only religion that even has a God who loves his creation, came and then proved to his creation God really exists. So do this and do that and do that because I came from the Father. And the Father, whatever the Father does, I can do it too. There is truly a Father there. So worship him, because he knows that Jesus, he limited himself. It is in the Bible too, Philippians chapter 2. I can put it on the screen for you. Jesus took the nature of a man, as we also in John 2. John, you see, he dwelt upon man. So when he came as a man, he came as a servant, and then he was worshiping God, because if he comes to teach you to worship God and obey God and follow God, he will not be an atheist. He has to be an example for you. So he limited himself so that and then he limited himself for God. And then after his work was done, he went back. That is why he is no longer here. So if you are worshiping Jesus, you are worshiping God. If you are worshiping God the Father, you are worshiping Jesus. And Jesus made it clear in this verse, John chapter 17. Listen what it says, okay? Not I am speaking, John is speaking, the Bible is speaking, not me. So when Jesus came as a servant, after he finishing his work or going to finish his work, listen to what he said, okay? Before finishing his work. When you read from verse number 1, listen carefully. After Jesus said this, he looked towards heaven and prayed. This is one statement I keep on letting you people know. The Muslims keep on saying Jesus always prayed by prostrating. So Jesus is a Muslim. You see their lies? And this is what I say. They lie. Yes, you can pray to God by prostrating according to Christianity. You can pray to God by kneeling down according to Christianity. You can pray to God by what? Standing up according to Christianity. You can pray to God by lying down according to Christianity. You don't have to prostrate always. But the Muslims, they use one verse from the Bible as their propaganda to deceive people. The God Jesus worshipped, the Father, is not the same as Allah. Let that enter into your brain. Jesus, the God that he worshipped when he became a man, and then he has to worship God. He worshiped God because he's not an atheist. He didn't come as an atheist. He came as a servant of God. So he worshiped God. Okay? And the God that he worshiped is the Father. He didn't worship Allah. Allah is not a father. Put that in your mind. Okay? So he said, the Father, the hour has come. So he is an obedient servant at this moment. Even though he was God, he took the human form and then he was worshiping God. And after that, listen carefully what Jesus said, okay? The reason why they say Jesus is God is not by claiming that he's God. Listen to what he's saying. And now, Father, Jesus is talking to the Father. Is this how you talk to God? Listen. And now, Father, glorify me in your presence. Glorify me in your presence with the glory I had with you before the world began. Did you hear that? Now, Father, he's commanding the Father. He's telling the Father, glorify me in your presence with the glory. So Jesus is saying he had a certain glory. The glory of God is everlasting. He had the glory with the Father before everything began, before the world began. So you understand why they say Jesus is God? Hey, brother, does this verse convince you when you listen to this verse, the one I just put it on the screen? Does this make Jesus to be God or not? Let me know if you are still there. Jesus is telling God the Father, glorify me in your presence. Where you are, you, the Father, glorify me. I was with you before the world began. I was with you before the world began. And I had some glorification to do with you. We glorify each other. So glorify me with the presence, with the glory. Glorify me in your presence, with the glory I had with you before the world began. Is this a statement a mere human being can state? Before the world began, and Jesus was, and the Father was glorifying Jesus. Do you understand that? So just think about these verses, okay? Just don't look at it and say, how can a God be beaten by somebody? A God can limit himself, and this is not the first time. Okay, this is not the first time in the Bible where God came as a man. When you go to the Old Testament, it is there too. That is Jacob, according to the Bible, to the Old Testament. Jacob, he also struggled with God, according to the story. And then even God struggled with Jacob all night, and Jacob got the name Israel. That is why I was asking the brother, how did Jacob get this name Israel? Because the Muslims don't accept God coming to the word. It is simple, okay? I know some people, they don't want to even touch the Bible because they know they will be tagged as Christians. So even if they know the truth, they don't want to say it because the Muslim will tag them as Christians. And then they are just giving this Muslim this space. And then the Muslims are just lying to the people. They are lying. They are using verses out of context to lie to the people. How can Jesus be crucified if he's God? Yeah, why not? If he's God, then he can. Are you doubting God? Are you doubting if Jesus is God? So it is simple, okay? The king that limits himself, that he will not sit on the king's chair at somebody's wedding, but he will come as a guest and sit at a common table, is not a lesser king. He doesn't, that you see, it doesn't make him a lesser king. He is still a king. The president, you see the president in Ukraine, a good example, the president in Ukraine, his country is being attacked. The president took off his suit and everything and put on a soldier uniform. He's ready to fight. Does that mean he's no more a president? And then if you know what? He is the president. And then if he comes to fight for the nation, in the soldier, there is a commander there. There is somebody who knows this strategy better. The president is under that soldier. The president is the president of the country, but the president will follow the soldier's command because that is the soldier or the commander. The commander there knows better, knows how to the strategy. So the president will be under that soldier at that particular time. It doesn't change anything that he is not the president. He is still the president, but because the soldier or the commander knows it better, that is his work, the president will have to obey him. If he said the president, let's do this and let's do that, the president will take that advice better from him. Okay? So it is common sense, it's logic. If God became a man and then he wants you to worship God, he don't have to go around, I am God. If Jesus had said he is God, worship me, and then he knows he will not stay here. After he is gone, what will happen then? No logic, okay? So he wants you to worship the God. He said the Father is the only true God. He knows he's part of him, so he is the only true God too. Okay, I opened the phone lines. I gave you some references. If I said anything wrong, okay, this is not about Christianity. This is about the truth, and I stand for the truth. We accept the truth wherever it comes from. It could be my misunderstanding, my misinterpretation, and then I will ask people to come and help me to understand. Simple. Okay? Just as I do with the Quran, I do with the Bible. At the end of the day, the truth will stand for itself. Okay? No need for attacking or insulting. As I'm saying, if Jesus is God, it's not going to build Ghana for us. If Jesus is not God, it's not going to build Ghana for us. But if you try to lie, if we lie to people, eventually the truth will come out. You see, you can't use lie to do everything. You can use lie to do certain things for a while, but eventually it will come out. So you can still tell the truth. Jesus is God according to the Bible, but that is not what is going to solve the road situation, our bad infrastructure in Ghana. That will not solve it. That will not solve it. The hospitals, it won't solve it. The corruption, it won't solve it. So we have to do certain things for ourselves. If Jesus is God or he is not God, but the truth is, when you read the scripture clearly, it is saying something which nobody can say it for himself or for herself. Okay? Saying something for which nobody can say it for himself or for herself. Okay. I think it is enough. Let's end the program here. Or let me add one more to it, okay? So that it will be a bit. Let me add one more to it because I know this verse too from John. I said, when you go to John, okay? John chapter 5. So now we have in John chapter 1, okay, we see that the word became flesh. The word became flesh. The word that was in heaven, it became flesh, and then it dwelt among people. So when it became flesh, that means it took the nature of a servant. So the word, which was God, took the nature of a servant. And when it came, because at the beginning, listen carefully, okay, the Bible is different. It's not like the Quran. Listen, when you go to on top, okay, it says, in the beginning was the word. That means the word was there. That is separate. And the word was with God. You see, that is also separate. The word was with God. So we have the word and then we have God. And the word was God. You see, so even if the word became God, a human being, still there was God. That is the Father. Is there already. So Jesus, who is the word, but there is still one God. There is still one God. There's no two gods. There is still one God. That's what the Bible is saying. So when the word became flesh and it dwelt upon the people, that word is worshiping the God, the Father, so that you also worship the Father. But at the end of the day, if you are worshiping the Father, you are worshiping the Son. The same. Listen carefully. Let me use another board. Okay, watch this. Watch this carefully. John chapter 5. Okay, verse number 23. Listen carefully, and then we will end the program very soon. Okay, John chapter 5, verse number 23. Listen to what it says. That all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. That all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Listen, whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Do you understand what Jesus is saying here? So we know that the word was already God, and then he limited himself and took the nature of a man. So he came as a servant, and then he's giving respect to the Father. Okay, so just because the president going in taking off his uniform as a president and going war, and then respecting the sergeant, respecting the commander, doesn't mean he's not a president. So the Son took the human nature and then respecting God, the Father. Okay, but listen to what they are saying. It says that all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. Everybody should honor the Son just as you honor the Father. So Jesus, God, the Father, the honor you give to the Father, you give to the Son. Just as. It says just as. Okay, that is simple English. Just as. It says there, just as you honor the Father. Exactly the way you pray to the Father, the way you pray, you should pray to the Son. The way you worship the Father, you worship the Son. So Jesus is telling you he is God. Can you say this to yourself? And why not? Can Muhammad say this to himself? And why not? Did Moses say this to himself? And why not? Did Moses say, worship me just as you worship the Father? Honor me just as you honor the Father. Did Moses say something like this? No. And when you continue, it says, whoever, including Muhammad, including you too, including me too, according to the Bible, okay? Whoever does not honor the Son. Listen carefully. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father. Listen, that's the statement. It's a clear statement. Let me highlight this one too. So you see the statement, whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father. And you should honor the Son just as, you see, just as you honor the Father. So how do you explain this verse that Jesus is not God, or Jesus never said he was God? He don't have to use the word I am God, but he's giving you the indications. I don't get it. He is giving you the indications that he is God. But you see, he also said in the Bible, those who have ears, let them listen. Do you know, he said, those who have ears, let them listen. So the Bible is clearly saying something to you, and you say, where did Jesus say he was God? Yeah, that is right there. It says, so show me from this verse How is this verse not saying that Jesus is God? How is it? I want understanding. Maybe you can help me understand this verse. How is Jesus not saying in this verse that he is God? Can you help me? Hello? Mayday, mayday. Can somebody please call? I need one caller to call in to help me. When you read the verse on the screen right now, when the verse is saying that all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father, with this statement, how do you understand this? Please, please. Hello? Anyone there? Nobody? Oh, man. That's what I say. If you say the truth, they say you are just a Christian. So if you are on the line, please, the telephone number is there, okay? Just call me. Just call. Call, let me know. Let me know what you also think when you look at this verse right there on the screen. And let's see if Jesus is saying he's God or it is my misunderstanding. I've shown you many verses on the screen today, proving indication, okay? Giving an indication. Listen carefully, okay? When you look at in the Quran, let me show you this because the Muslims keep on saying, where did Jesus say he is God? Worship me. I don't know where they get this mentality from. Show me, where did Jesus say he is God? Worship me. Where did Jesus say he is God? Worship me. Look at this verse in the Quran, okay? Because I want people to understand something here. For somebody to say he is God, it's not an evidence enough to worship the person. It's not good just because he said, I am God, worship me, so you worship him. I said it before. Pharaoh, according to the Quran, also claimed to be God. So does it mean he's God? No. Okay? No. So even if Jesus had said he's God, and then he did nothing, he didn't do these things that he did, it won't prove that he's God. Okay, look at what Pharaoh said. And Pharaoh said, oh, enmity or eminent, oh, eminent ones. Okay, I don't know what that means. I have not known you to have a God other than me. Let me change. You see, when you change the translator, it will change. So it doesn't even matter. But it says, I have not known you to have a God other than me. So Pharaoh is claiming to be a God. This is Sahih International. Let me change. Let me use Itani Allah. Okay. Let's see what this verse says too. This translation. You see, it depends on which translation you use. You have a different meaning. Pharaoh said, oh, nobles. You see, it has changed. Oh, nobles. I know of no God for you other than me. So who is God here? Pharaoh is claiming to be God. Okay? Pharaoh is also claiming to be God. He said in the Quran, according to Allah, who is reporting this? Allah. Okay, let me change this translator too and see another translator. Let me take Qatar, okay, or whatever this name is. Pharaoh declared, oh, chiefs. Okay, so the word is chiefs. I know of no other God but you. I know but no other God for you but myself. So it is a clear statement from the Quran that somebody also claimed to be God in the Quran, but who was not God. So if Jesus had also claimed that he is God, that wouldn't prove that he is God. Okay? So this argument that where did Jesus say he is God, worship me, it is a fraud argument. It is not a logical argument, because just to claim that you are God doesn't make you God. But saying things like this, that all may honor me, okay? That all may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. So the way you honor the Father, you see now, people will say you honor your mother too. You honor your mother, you honor your father. The Bible says honor your father and honor your mother. But you don't honor your father and mother the same way you honor God. It's different. So the honor you are giving to God is different from the honor you give to your mother, the honor you give to your wife, the honor you give to the president, the honor you give to Muhammad. They are not the same honor. And Jesus is claiming for himself, the honor you give to God, give to him. So who is Jesus? Okay, I think we will end the program here, okay? There are verses in the Bible which even says you can pray to Jesus. You pray to him. He said, if you pray to me, I will answer your prayers. Who is he? Think about it. We can continue this next time, okay? Maybe you can share this program for some people, those who have more knowledge about more than me, so that maybe they can contact us, and then we can, everything that I have said, which is false, they can educate me on it so that I will understand, okay? That is how we learn. That is how we learn. That is simple, okay? Seto SSK. Please kindly share this video for me. Tag some people, invite friends, and don't be ashamed. The truth is one. You don't have to believe in the Bible before you read the Bible. You don't have to. You don't have to believe in the Quran before you believe in the Quran. Believe as to say it is from God. First, you can imagine, oh, this is a book. You can read a book. It is a book. You read it, and then you can see, oh, is this book making sense or is not? Is this hard to understand? Is it easy to understand? How is it? The logic behind it. You try to do it your own research. You can read it as a book, and then if you want to believe in it, that is a divine from God. That is you can do that later on. You don't have to first think it is God the book. Then you have a different mind by reading it. You can just analyze the book first, and then you choose what you will do with it. Okay. Seto SSK, please share this video for me. Invite people, tag people, and don't be ashamed to look for the truth for yourself. Don't be ashamed. Don't follow people just like that. Be bold, do your thing, and then if it is true, it is true. If it is false, it is false. People will educate you, then you will know, okay, that was false. Then you change. Only a wise, how did Ben Moshe say? Only a fool doesn't change his mind. You see, only a fool does not change his mind. You know what you were saying was wrong. You have been corrected, but you're still ignorant. You're still arrogant to change your mind. Only a fool does not change his mind. Okay, but that's it. All the people who joined the program, thank you very much. Share this video for me. Invite people, tag people, and then we will see us maybe tomorrow. Okay, maybe tomorrow. Seto SSK, kindly share. Okay, please. I want to hear comments under the program, and subscribe to the page Seto SSK on YouTube, because Facebook I'm blocked at the moment. So subscribe to the page Seto SSK on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Between a Christian guy and a man of God. A Christian guy might say that he loves you, but a man of God will love God more than you. A Christian guy might text you Bible verses or have a tattoo of them, but a man of God will live out those verses and have them written on his heart. A Christian guy might go to church or wear a cross around his neck, but a man of God will see that the highest calling is to give Christ glory. A Christian guy might accidentally compromise your purity, but a man of God will protect it above all else. A Christian guy might seem super attractive, fun, or handsome, but a man of God will have a beautiful heart regardless of his looks. A Christian guy might be content to just take you out, but a man of God will go beyond the superficial and hold you up before God in his prayers all the time. And to be honest, that's something that I'm still working on.